How's it going? Made a bit of progress with the aquaponics or rearranging the area for the aquaponics. So I thought I'd do a little bit of an update clip just on that. The galangal bed's been taken out at last and I've got my little stool down there. I've cleared away the area and built it up nicely here so I can move these. I'll actually build 2 new beds and put them in situ around here. So hopefully we're going to be getting stuck into that this weekend. We'll just see what else is on the cards. The system itself is going fine, no more rat attacks. Actually got some nice jalapenos coming on down in there, so very pleased with that. Yeah, the system itself is going alright. Actually down here topping up the water as it is at the moment. Over here we have the new area for the RAS, or Recirculating Aquaculture system, or fish farm for short. It's all nice and level and square. Unlike those beds down there, I've spent a bit of extra time and made it all nice and square, and thanks to Jay with the water level, I've got all the retaining walls nice and flat and level. For the hoop house itself, it's pretty basic construction, the same as the rest we've got around the place. I've got about a 6-foot long star picket, hammered it into the ground. I've slotted over some of this 2-inch or 50mm green stripe rural irrigation pipe over the top, drilled a hole in it and wired it on. I've only done a bit of a makeshift job at the moment because I just wanted to get this up and a bit of shade over the spot so I could do some other work. So what I need to do is come back and wire it in a spot a little bit higher up as well, just to give it a little bit more strength, make sure it's on there nice and sturdy like. For the battens that run across it, what I'm using is gyprock or ceiling battens. These guys, I think they're about $6 for 6 meters at the hardware store, and all I've done is just drilled holes, and I don't know if you can make that out, there's a gal screw just there, and that's top and bottom holding it in place. Drilled a couple of holes here, and I'm actually going to wire it onto the pipe as well, just to make it a little bit more secure. I mean, these screws would pull out if there was enough force on it. There's someone walking on the other side. Hello. So I've got those over the top. They're just to hold the shade cloth up. I've got a bit of the old clothesline, and I've bolted it down there to the sleeper, and up the top here is just wired on, just to stop the lift. So the wiring job, I need to buy a higher tensile wire, and I'm going to come back, and that's why I haven't wired the battens on yet. I'm not happy with the tie wire I'm using, so I want to use something a little bit more substantial, and that's just going to hold it in place. The shade cloth itself is a 90% shade cloth. It does create a little bit more lift. The wind tends to grab onto it a little bit more than the 50% and the white stuff we use, so just want to make sure that this little hoop house is a little bit more structurally sound than the others. So I'm going to also put another pole down there just to hold that side on. I really don't think we're going to have a problem with the wind lifting it and ripping it off, but you know, it pays to be a little bit overcautious in my opinion. As far as the system itself goes, I've got a lot of the uni seals, pretty much all the same as what I had last time, last update. I got uni seals, I got some pipe, I got the taps, some of the taps all sorted for this. I still need to get the drums. This over here, this water tank, it needs to be moved and set up over that side, and that other little top-up tank as well. They're both going to be set up there in a more permanent location. I've got some extra stone. I'm just going to box up a little pad with some bits of leftover sleeper I've got, and just have them not sitting there. What they're going to be used for, one's still going to be used for the top-up water in the aquaponics, and this other one will be used either for wastewater from here if it needs to be drawn off. Hopefully it won't need to be drawn off, or it will be used as a water, just a water top-up water storage tank. So yeah, so we're all still just planning it all out at the moment. Hopefully I'd really like this done up ideally before summer starts, but it just depends on if I can get all the bits and pieces I need. A pump would also help, I suppose. I'm still looking into the different pumps. It's hard to find decent reviews on a lot of them, so I think I might just have to try my luck and yeah, just buy one and see how it goes. So I'm actually going to plumb this system up a little bit differently than the way Paul plumbed it up on the Build a Fish Farm in the afternoon day. He actually has a bit of a time-lapse clip of him setting his one up, the one he actually used on the day to demonstrate. So if you want to have a look up there, there's a clip that he basically just flies through. There's no explanation, it's just how he's made it up. So my take on it will be slightly different. I want to set it up so it can be used as pretty much well an aquaponic fish tank like that. So I'm basically building 2 aquaponic fish tanks and trying to add in all the other bells and whistles as I go, just so if we're not happy with the way she runs, we can use it as an aquaponic system later, or, you know, give one to my parents so they can use it. I'm pretty sure that we'll be happy with the way she goes, but yeah, I just want to leave our options open, so to speak. So I suppose the whole point of this video is just to show you that I'm not all hot air, and there is some progress on the fish farm. So just come down here, just been topping up the water. So when I top up the water, I just like to take the bell siphons out, just so all the water drains out of the grow beds and you don't overflow your sump. Over here, as you can hear, there's a hum in the background. Normally when I do my clips, I turn this off. It's the compressor down the bottom, excuse my mess. It's the compressor down the bottom, very noisy. So you actually hear it, whoops, wrong one. You can actually hear it up through the other end of the house in our bedroom at night sometimes, if something's vibrating against the wall. So I'm actually trying to eliminate that from the whole system. I've been playing around with venturis again, as you can see over the back there. Just mucking around with one there. Sorry Craig, I forgot your tag. He's got an excellent one in his system. I'm going to try and pinch a few ideas off that and include that into the system. I'm just looking for a way that I can do it so it doesn't end up siphoning out the fish tank if something happens. So yeah, he's got a nice little ping pong ball valve. There'll be a link in the description below to the thread in question on Backyard Aquaponics. So, but for the time being, I'm just, you know, mucking around with these other venturis. That's just a 6mm line, just down through some 20mm pipe, and it seems to be doing a half decent job. The fish are going all right. There's the perch. I think they want a bit of a feed. So as you can see, there's a lot of bio slime on the tank, but yeah, the base is fairly clean, not a lot of solids. Filter's doing its job. Throw some food in here and see if the fish want to come up and say good day. They've been feeding really well now the weather's warmed up. I have opened the lid a little bit further than normal, so they might be a little bit shy. Oh no, they're coming up for a bit of a nibble. Down here, the radial flow filter, still working fine. Now that the weather's warmed up, it is collecting a lot more solids down the base, so I'm finding I'm having to empty it every 3 to 4 days now. So just because the feed rate's increased. Just had a bit of a phone call from Bear. G'day mate. Yeah, just discussing how to get some media for these guys, some biomedia. He also gave me the heads up on a venturi he's just made, so I might have a look at that when I get the info through. So thank you very much Bear, really appreciate that. Yeah, so I suppose I'll pretty much will leave it at that. So there you go, there's just a bit of a hopefully quick clip on how we're travelling with the aquaponics, and just a bit of an update on the RAS system. There won't be progress on that for a little while I think, so just sort out a few things. But yeah, I will be posting clips on that when it does come about. Hopefully there will be one on the aquaponics and the reworking of the pipes and the grow beds and all that sort of thing in the near future. So keep an eye out for that if you're interested. And yeah, I'll pretty much will leave it there. I'll stop gibbering on. So if you do have any comments, questions or suggestions, just pop them in the comment section below, and I better get some more feed into these fish. So have a great one, take it easy. Catch ya.